Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're connecting from. Welcome to today's live stream. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Also confirm you can see my screen. Well, welcome to today's live stream. How has been trading this week? How has it been this week? Start dropping your questions. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. If you have any challenge you're going through in trading and you'd like to share with us, let us know in the comment section so that we can provide a solution to that problem. That is the essence of this live stream. Not just to come analyze the market, is also to prefer solutions to whatever challenge you are going through in trading. What are your struggles? Let us know. Let us know. You are welcome. You're welcome once more. You're welcome. You're welcome. Can you hear me? I'm waiting for your response. I want to be sure you can hear me loud and clear. To confirm that by commenting. Okay, I want to believe you all can hear me. So we'll start the class by looking at the calendar for the day. Today is 27th of January. The month is coming to an end. How has been the month of January? How has it been? I hope you're ending the month in profit. You have made so much profits from the beginning of this month till today. Don't give it back to the market by over leveraging. Don't give it back to the market. Ensure you apply proper risk and money management on every trade you execute in the market. So today is 27 January. There are no major news. We are not expecting any major news today. So there's a high probability technical setups, technical patterns would play out. Okay, so there's no major news tomorrow. We have FOMC meetings tomorrow in the United States. Australia also will be releasing its CPI data, and Canada also will be releasing its overnight rate and rate statement tomorrow. So we should expect high volatility on this currency pairs tomorrow. And because of this major news that will be released for all these currencies tomorrow, we might see price range on currency pairs that have these currencies. Currency pairs that have these currencies, we might see them range today. We might see them range today. Okay. So especially the USD pairs. Like I shared with you guys yesterday that I think I'll be considering trading USD pairs after FOMC conference. Okay, but if I see a good setup, I think I have some good setup now on GBP USD, Euro USD, and Australian dollar USD. If I see a good setup, I'm going to take the trade, but my risk on those trades will be less. I'm not going to go all in until the news is released. I hope that is clear. So let's go on the chart. So we'll start by analyzing yen basket. Shared with you guys yesterday that yen is bearish. You can see yen is bearish. There was a pullback on yen. It came back to fill this fair value gap. You can see it came to fill this, and I'm expecting it to crash from there. Okay, I'm expecting it to crash from there. This is the first target value gap here. If it breaks out, if yen breaks out from that fair value gap, then it's coming for the liquidity residing at this low. So that is my expectation on the yen basket. I am bearish on the yen basket this week. I'm bearish on the yen basket this week. Therefore, I'll be looking for buys on yen pairs. I'll be looking for buys on yen pairs. You can see the structure we have here. It's been forming series of higher high, lower high and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so this gives us a bearish channel. You can see that it's a bearish channel. Okay, so this breakout from this for those trading structure, most would say, okay, we had a shift in market structure, yeah, at this point. But the reason for this breakout here is this fair value gap that it needs to fill. Okay, it's this fair value gap that it needs to fill, and that it has accomplished. It has accomplished that. Now, after a shift in market structure, when you say a shift in market structure has occurred, you are correct, right? A shift in market structure has occurred here, but after a shift in market structure, you want price to pull back to fill the internal range liquidity, which is the fair value gap, okay, before it continues. So with what we have here, we expect price to pull back to at least this fair value gap. I said if it breaks out from this fair value gap, it's coming for the low of this candle, which is the liquidity. I hope that is clear. So I'm very bearish on yen basket, though I've not taken a trade on yen at the moment. I'm still waiting for a pullback. I'm still waiting for a pullback. I think it has created a fair value gap. Let's see 1 hour. I want to see a pullback before taking. Okay, so we have this fair value gap that it has created. I'd love to see price, pull back to this fair value gap. You can see what played out here. The fair value gap was created at this point. There was an attempt to fill the fair value gap at this point. They didn't fill it. There was also an attempt to fill this fair value gap at this point. They didn't fill it. So I believe this high and this high is a trap for retail traders. Most retail traders would have executed sell after the formation of this, and their stop losses will be residing at the high of this candle. Most also would have executed sell because to retail traders, this is an engulfing pattern, right? To retail traders, this is an engulfing pattern. So most people also would have executed trade because of this engulfing pattern, and their stop losses will be residing at this high. So with what we have here, I believe they want to come and sweep the stop losses residing at this high and also this high. That is what I see playing out. So this is where I will be looking for sell. Okay, this is where I'm looking for sell. So once price gets into this zone, I'll be looking for buy opportunity on JPY pairs, GBP JPY, Euro JPY. Okay, so let's see dollar index. Good morning, Mr. Clement. Good morning, Mr. Atonda. Good morning, Chibuzo. Okay, Leshi, that's Mrs. Chibuzo. Light on. Happy New Year, Light on. How are you doing? Okay, for dollar, you can see dollar has been in a range since the market opened. It has given us a clear direction. It has not okay, so dollar could go bearish and it could go bullish. It has created sell side liquidity and it has also created buy side liquidity. So before it sells, it's likely going to go sweep the buy side before it goes bearish. So my expectation for dollar this week is bullish. My expectation for the dollar this week. So you can see how yesterday candle closed. I identified these zones yesterday, these fair value gaps. You can see. And I said if a candle above the high of this fair value gap, we should expect dollar to pull back. It's likely first would fill this gap, this weekly gap, weekly open gap. It's likely going to fill this gap, and on that gap, it is coming back to retest resistance turn, support turn resistance. Okay, and it could also fill this gap. Okay, that's my expectation for the dollar this week. That's my expectation for the dollar this week. Okay, I'm not sure it would fill this gap this week. Anything is possible, but my first target is this gap. Okay, this gap. This is my first target for dollar this week. I'm not sure it might get to this zone this week. So that's my target for the dollar this week. So I'm bullish on the dollar. I am bullish on the dollar this week. So I'm looking for opportunity to sell GBP USD. All pairs that have USD as the counter or quotes currency would be bearish. I will be bearish on those pairs this week. Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. Give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, first I want to appreciate you for joining, and also I want you to click on the subscribe button so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Okay, so let's start by looking at GBP USD. Like I said, I'm looking for sell opportunity on GBP USD. So what signal has the software generated for us? So it has given us, you can see price is currently at a premium area. And at the premium area, we do not look for buys, we look for sells. Price is currently at a premium area, so we're waiting for this to change to bearish. So most likely at the end of today's candle, this bias is going to change from bullish. This bullish setup we have here, this bias was at this point, it gave us this buy opportunity, this buy signal. So if you had bought from this point, you would have made a profit and you should be out of the markets. So right now we are expecting price to drop. But before we sell, those of you have the software, before you sell, ensure the bias changes to bearish. Ensure the bias changes to bearish. So that is likely going to play out today. If it does not play out today, if the bias does not change to bearish, then it means we have to wait for FOMC news. Maybe after FOMC, that is when the bias will change. And once that happens, you go all in. You go all in. Okay. So I would advise that you patiently wait for that setup. Patiently wait for that setup. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush. Patiently wait for this to change to bearish. This will remain premium. It will never change to discount until price drops, probably maybe to this fair value gap here. That is when this might change to discount. So if you are selling, your target will be this fair value gap. Okay, your target will be this fair value gap. And I told you, you can use the ATR half value as your stop loss. So what we have here is 39.1. You can use it as, you can use 40 pips as your stop loss, and the daily ATR is 78. You can use this as your take profit, just 80 pips, 40 pips. That's what you use as your take profit. Okay, that's 1:2 risk reward. I hope that is clear. So that's it on GBP USD. You can see the candlestick pattern we had on yesterday. Yeah, this looks like a shooting star. This is a bullish shooting star. So if you're trading candlestick pattern, you need to wait for the next candle, the next day candle to close bearish before you sell. Okay, so if today's candle closes bearish and our bias changes from bullish to bearish, then we can take a sell tomorrow. We can take a sell tomorrow. You can see that price has been in a range on GBP USD. You can see, but the bias for the week still remains bearish. Patiently wait, don't rush it. Don't rush it. Patiently wait. If the signal is not there, it's not there. Wait for it. Wait for it, okay, until you pull the trigger. Okay, if you're using this software, your focus should be on quality signals, quality trades. It's not about executing many trades. This signal is what, just your focus is quality, not just taking anyhow trades. Quality trades. Trades that have a 70 to 80% probability of going in that direction. Okay, so yeah, then GBP USD also, you can see GBP Euro USD closed as a spinning top yesterday, and today so far it's still a spinning candle. Okay, so there's still indecision in the markets, okay, between buyers and sellers. No one is gaining the upper hand at the moment. Okay, no one is gaining the upper hand at the moment. But at the end of the day, if this candle closes bearish, if today's candle closes bearish, a bias changes from bullish to bearish, and that is when we'll be looking for sells. That is when we'll be looking for sells. And if you are selling, you can see ATR value is 32.4. You can use 40 pips as your stop loss, and the daily ATR value is 64.7. So you can use 80 pips. Now, when the ATR value, the daily ATR is less than 70, 80 pips, it means you should expect low volatility. That's what it means. It means that instrument will not be volatile for that day. But when it's above 80, you have 100, 120, then you should expect high volatility on that instrument. So we shouldn't be expecting much volatility on Euro USD because the please can you guys hear me? What's happening? What is sorry guys. I'm sorry guys. Sorry for the sorry for the break. Sorry for the break. I believe you all can hear me now. Sorry for the break. You know what went wrong with the network. Sorry for the break. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Network is failing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sorry for the break. Please confirm you can hear me. Sorry for the break. I believe you can hear me now. I believe you can hear me now. So on Euro USD, the bias is bearish. The bias is bearish. Just wait for the bias to change to bearish. Hopefully by the end of today, this is likely going to change to bearish. I hope that is clear. Let's look at gold. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Let me know. So gold is at a premium area. So we need to wait for this to change to bearish before we sell. We need to wait for the buyers to change to bearish before we sell. For those who attended last night's class, I told you would see price pull back. You will see price pull back to, I think it created a fair value gap. So I mentioned it last night that I'd love to see price pull back to this fair value gap. Let's go to 15 minutes. I think there's a fair value gap. So yeah, this is where I pointed at last night. This is where I pointed at that gold is likely going to pull back to this fair value gap, and I think it has done that this morning. You can see I said this would be a very good area to consider risking, selling gold, and you can see that's what has played out here. Immediately it filled the fair value gap. What happened? It started selling, but I'm not taking a sell on gold right now. I need to wait for the daily buyers to change to bearish before I would risk taking a trade on gold. Gold right now is at a premium area, and it's advised not to take a trade, not to buy at premium. It's advised not to buy at premium. Okay, once price gets to a premium area, you should be looking for sells and not buy. You should look for sells and not buy. So wait for these buyers to change to bearish before you sell. Okay. Even if gold would do 1,000 or 2,000 pips from the current market price, I would not take the trade because price is at a premium area. The buy started from this point. This would have been the best entry. If you had missed this first entry, you had another opportunity to take a buy after this reversal. If you had missed this opportunity, I don't think it would be wise to buy from the current market price. That's my take on gold. So my buyers on gold, I want to see a strong reversal on gold before I will buy it. I want to see this change to discounts. Okay, price should move to a discount area, okay, discount zone before I will look for buy on gold. Okay, so that's my take on gold. Is there any other instruments, any pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Euro, Australian dollar. You can see it has given us the bias is bullish. Okay, so you should be looking for opportunity to buy um, Euro, Australian dollar. Okay, the bias is bullish. So we need this to change to discounts. This has to change to discounts. So it's likely going to play out today at the end of today's markets. So you look for buys on Euro Australian dollar. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. USD card. Let's see what we have on USD card. Okay, USD card is set for buy. It's set for buy. So you can see yesterday candle closed bullish. It looks like an armor, right? This is an armor And what do we have here? The bias is bullish and the discounts is price at a discount. So we look for buys. I expect USD card to come fill this gap this week. That is my target for USD card. That's my target for USD card. So the ATR value is 27. That's about 30 pips, and the daily ATR is about 60 pips. So we want to see price do a retracement between 30 and 60 pips before we take a buy. Okay, we want to see price drop between 30 and 60 pips. So let's go to lower time frame. Let's see the drop so far. If it is up to 30 pips from this point, this is where it started selling. This is the high. Okay, this is where it started selling. So let's see if it has done up to 30 pips from this point to this point. Okay, this is about 20 pips. So we still need to see it drop. Okay, so this is where we will be looking for buys on USD card. Okay, want to see it pull back. Let's see if there's a fair value gap on a lower time frame that it wants to fill. So let's see 15 minutes. Okay, so this would be a very good area. This fair value gap that has not been filled. This would be a good area to consider joining the buy trend on USD card. Okay. So that's it for USD card. I just analyzed gold. UJ is bullish. UJ is bullish. Gold is bearish. UJ is bullish. Gold is gold is bearish. Okay. For those of you who are yet to get the software, the offer closes by month end. The offer closes by month end. For those of you who are my students, you're paying $20 for 2 months subscription. For those of you who are not my private students, you are paying $30 for 2 months subscription, and that offer closes at the end of this month. By next month, you would have to pay $50 to access 2 months subscription, and 1 month subscription will cost $30. 1 month subscription will cost $30. 2 months subscription will cost $50. Okay, so USD card is bullish. Don't be moved by this sell you are seeing now. It's short-term sell. Okay, it's short-term sell. It's coming to this zone. Okay, it's coming to this zone then before it flies. That's it. Australian dollar USD is a sell. Okay, Australian dollar USD is a sell. You can see price, the buyers. It has given us a bearish bias, and price is at a premium area. Yesterday candle closed as a spine top. That's lots of confirmation, lots of confluences. Okay, so we should be looking for sells on Australian dollar USD. So the range here is between 25 and 50 pips. 25 and 50 pips. We just want to see do a retracement between 25 and 50 pips. So let's see how many pips it has done so far. So it has done from this low to this level is less than 20 pips. So we still expect it. You see this fair value gap here? This fair value gap here, I think that would be the best area to sell. Okay, that would be the best area to sell. This high here is a trap. This is a shooting star. Most retail traders that have executed sell, and their stop losses will be at the high of this candle. And this is the high of the Asian session. This is the high of the Asian session. And there's a high probability they'll come and sweep all the stop losses residing at this high, and also use that opportunity to fill this fair value gap before going bearish. That is what I see playing out on Australian dollar USD. That is what I see playing out on Australian dollar USD. So you can see here, shifting market structure. This is 15 minutes. Shifting market structure. First thing they did there was to sweep the liquidity residing at this previous high. Then the shifting market structure occurred here, created a fair value gap here. You can see it created a fair value gap. And after a shifting market structure, we expect price to pull back to a premium area, which will be this zone, before going bearish. Exactly. Any question? 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 Do you have any question? If you have any challenge, any struggles, let us know in the comment section so that we can provide solutions. Any question? I said gold is bearish. Wait for the right time to execute the trade. If you want to buy gold, wait for a massive reversal before you buy it. Long term, gold is still bullish. Okay, gold is still bullish, but right now, I think you should wait for a strong reversal on gold before you. Now, if you look at what happened late yesterday, we had a strong reversal on gold. It came to fill this fair value gap. You can see it came to fill this fair value gap and is currently bullish. So if you had wanted to buy, you should have entered buy after the close of this candle, because if you had gone to lower time frame, let's go to 1 hour 15 minutes, you would have seen a very good bullish reversal pattern. Okay, so you can see here on 1 hour time frame, after the formation of this candle, the next candle closed bullish. You could have entered buy from this point. Okay, could have entered buy from that point, but you can't buy from the current market price. You can't buy. Can't buy. Okay, so expect a massive drop before you look for buy. That is for gold. Any question? Any question? Please, if you are having challenges identifying the buyers, the daily buyers or the weekly buyers, you have challenges, difficulty identifying where to set your stop loss, take profits, get this software. It will do the job for you. It will do the job for you. It will do the job for you. So, appears there are no more questions. It appears there are no more questions. Any question? Any question? All right, no more questions. No more questions. Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. Give it a thumbs up. I want to appreciate every one of you for your participation. Mr. Clement, Mr. Atonda, Mrs. Chibuzo, Olaiton. I appreciate you all for your participation and I wish you all a profitable trading day. Bye for now.